Hey, what's up everybody? This is Josh Shazzy. Just want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching my videos. Feel free to share and repost. Today's video is called Mr. and Mrs. Back Pocket. We're going to talk about how many of us, some of us are in a position right now where we're being manipulated to be in someone's back pocket, basically being reserved or kept for somebody else's benefit. Well, let's get right into it. Many of us are, and some of us you watching this video right now, are in someone's back pocket. Meaning that you have been reserved or kept or being manipulated, positioned in a place to where you're only being used for somebody's benefit. And I wanted to do this video because a lot of people are being hurt because inside of a lot of us, we're nice people. And we love and we care so hard sometimes to the point to where that kindness are taken for weakness. Many people who are insecure of themselves look at the insecurities or weaknesses of others. They pinpoint those weaknesses and use those weaknesses for their strengths. They know that if I can get a hold of someone's insecurities or voids or unbalances in their life, I can use that against them and use it for my benefit. You don't deserve to be in someone's back pocket. You have extreme value. If you look at your thumbprint right now, you are the only one with that thumbprint. Meaning that you have a purpose, meaning that you have value. You shouldn't let Jimmy or Kelly or Mark or whoever it is put you in a back pocket. You are more valued than that. You are more valuable than that. But I cannot tell you how valuable you are until you first look inside of yourself and say, you know what, Josh, I am valuable. And I'm not going to let someone put me in their back pocket. Because usually, honestly, this is probably the wisest statement that I've heard in a while, is that you are only as strong as the weakest aspect of your character. If you look at the weakest part of your character, that is how strong you are. And usually the devil loves to bring people in your environment, bring people in your life that would manipulate you through those weak areas. Usually many people are brought into the back pocket, or some of y'all in somebody's back pocket due to insecurities, due to voids, also due to soul ties. Now you can be soul tied to anything. A lot of people like to put soul tie with sex, but you can also be soul tied to people without any sexual intimacy, or soul tied to anything without any sexual intimacy. Your soul is separated into 6 categories. You have your thoughts, memories, ideas, perceptions, knowledge, and emotions. And whichever one of those compartments somebody latches on, or they use your weaknesses to latch onto that area, you become tied to that individual. And they know that once you get tied to them, whether through your thought realm or your memories or any type of blackmail, then they can use those type of things or their attachments to you for their benefit. You have to look inside of yourself and say, you know what? I have extreme value. I'm not the type of person that should be always called for when someone needs. I had to realize that. I said, I'm tired of people using me. I'm tired of girls only putting me in their back pockets, or I'm tired of people just always calling me when they need me. I had to take a stand against it because people will take your kindness for your weakness. They will use your kindness for their strengths. You have to understand today, and you have to really take a good hard look at yourself and say, even if you got to watch this video when Jimmy calls, or when that girl calls, or when that dude calls, watch this video to get motivated and say, you know what? If you don't want me for me, I'm not picking up. If you don't want me for me, then I don't have nothing to do with you. Love requires consistency. Friendship requires consistency. If a person is inconsistent with you, if a person is not being faithful to you or not bringing to the table what you're bringing, don't bring nothing at all. Right now I have 6 ways to know whether you are Mr. or Mrs. Back Pocket. Usually, or whether or not you're in a manipulative relationship or friendship. Number 1 is cup versus gallon. Meaning that you bring a gallon to the relationship, you bring a gallon's worth to the relationship, but they only bring a cup's worth. If you're always bringing the most to the relationship and they're only bringing a little bit to the relationship, usually you are being in position or being manipulated to be in their back pocket. Never bring something to the table that they're not bringing. If they don't call you as often as you call them, equal their level. If they don't commit to you like you commit to them, bring your commitment level down so that the relationship and friendship can be balanced. Number 2, consistency versus inconsistent. Usually a person who really loves you will be consistent to the best of their abilities. When you're with someone and they're inconsistent, cut that person off. They don't deserve access to you. If they used to call you so much in the beginning, all of a sudden they stop that, Usually they're putting you in their back pocket saying that I don't need to call this person or text them like I used to because I don't need them right now. I will only call them when it's convenient. Check to see whether or not they're consistent with you. Are they on a good level plane, or are they always up and down? They call you every 2 weeks, once a week, or all of a sudden you get these flood of calls. Look to yourself, because sometimes they'll use that to bring you back into their back pocket. Number 3, 80-20. People who over a relationship where they always focus on the 20% you do wrong, but overlook the 80% you do well. Usually they're using it as an excuse to get out of the relationship, but you hold on to that 80% for them later. Never be in a relationship with a person or a friendship with a person or in the back pocket of a person who only focuses on the 20% that you have done wrong in the past. They try to overly advertise that to blackmail you, to manipulate you, so that when they leave, they can use that against you to bring you right back into the relationship. Number 4, unbalanced, meaning that you're the only one bringing the energy and efforts into the relationship. It's unbalanced. They're not putting as much effort in it as you. They're not putting as much effort in a friendship as you. Or they use that because they got comfortable in you always doing the efforts, or you always bringing the energy, or you always buying the meals and all that kind of stuff. Don't be in a relationship or a friendship that's unbalanced. Number 5, support system. Usually a person that's very manipulative, a person who only wants you in their back pocket, loves to pull you away from your support system. They love to pull you away from your friends, your family. They love to pull you away through guilt, through blackmail, through insecurity, so that if they need you, they don't have to worry about combating against those who truly love you. If they can pull you away from the people that truly love you, then they can keep you isolated. They can keep you brainwashed. They can keep you conditioned and controlled. Last one, threats. Usually a person, if they're in a manipulative relationship, will threaten you. They'll always threaten you. Or in other words, blackmail. They'll use something that's not even, that you didn't even do nothing really bad, and they'll use that against you. Look at yourself in a relationship or a friendship and say, was what I did even bad? Because sometimes people will take something little as you took my Twinkie or you took this from me. They'll overly elevate it to a point to where they'll try to use that against you to keep you tagged into their relationship. Remember, insecure people look at the weaknesses of others, use those weaknesses to over-gratify their weaknesses. Look inside yourself and ask yourself, am I in someone's back pocket? You are valuable. Don't let Jimmy, Kelly, Mark, or whoever the people in your life, friends or family members, use you. Men, listen to me. Don't let women use you. Don't let women only call you to move a couch, only call you for their insecure or emotional unbalances. Don't do it. Don't allow yourself to be in her back pocket. There's a lot of nice guys out there who have been destroyed by manipulative women. Women who will throw you down like a yo-yo and pick you back up only when it's convenient for them. Women, don't get into his back pocket. Don't entertain his calls when he only calls you because it's convenient for him. Don't always nurture a guy who's not worth being nurtured. You are valuable. Look at yourself and take a step back from everything and say, look, I am valuable. Even if you got to look at this video over and over again, when that person calls, or when that girl calls, or when that guy calls, or when this family member calls, say to yourself, look, stand, get a backbone and say, look, man, I am not in your back pocket. I am not someone that you just cast down and pick back up. I had to learn this lesson. I'm a nice guy. I try my best to be nice to people. And usually people use your nice attributes against you. They'll leave you drained. They'll leave you left to dry while they're benefiting from your energy and from your efforts. Don't be in someone's back pocket. Don't be manipulated, because they'll try to use the game. The game is this. They'll use whatever worked the first time to get you right back. They'll cast you down. They'll tell you no good. They'll do all this kind of stuff, cast you down because of their insecurities. But the moment they need what you have been giving them, they'll come back and get you. Don't fall for the game. Don't even play in their games. When they bring that same mess again, don't fall for it. Thank you so much for watching my video. You are valuable. You don't deserve to be in nobody's back pocket. Take a stand for your life. take a stand for your value. No one throws away something valuable. If they threw you away, don't even give them 10 minutes of your time. I have a 30-second rule. For those who I'm with, you only get 30 seconds of my time. Time is valuable. My energy and efforts are valuable. And only those who deserve it gets it. Remember, only those who deserve you are the people who earned the right to deserve you. Don't be in someone's back pocket. Thank you for watching my video and be blessed.